We talked about, outrunning the South, and the guys have absolutely bought into what we want to do. It's nice to take a nice lead like that, to be able to start out next week, make the corrections we got to go make out there, and keep getting the results we want. So I'm really fired up about what we did today. And Ira, we're looking forward to you voting work done into the Hall of Fame, man.
You got it, baby.
Talk about the start. I know you said last week kind of fell flat to start out the game. What did kind of go into the start for this team with the turnover and then the touchdown?
When I talk about those things, I always talk about execution. And you can put it up there, Dilette. And I mainly talk about my preparation and what I want to do for the guys and how we want to be able to practice those guys to get those guys to play faster. Obviously, we started off fast, getting a big turnover there, creating a short field, able to stick the 7-0 lead. That is huge. And I definitely like how we started better today, Tori. It was absolutely outstanding.
Is your mindset changing? You mentioned having a little bit of a lead. You're
No.
in the driver's seat at the midway point. Do you change the way you approach this team, the way you talk to this team because of that?
I don't, Josh. It's like I think it's a learning process as you go through the season, right, and where you're at. And you got to be honest with the guys where you're at. You got to be honest with the guys what you want to do. You got to be honest with the guys and how you want to do it, right? And it's not just me talking to the guys. It's an organizational following and how we want to approach these things, how we want to approach these games, how we want to try to go get wins. So the guys understand clearly. The message is clear every single week, and it goes through everybody, man. Everybody gets it. Everybody knows what we want to do and how we want to go accomplish it. And we're able to go out there and do it is nice.
So where are you at? You said you want to talk about where you're at. In your view, where are you at?
We're on to the next game, man. The 1-0 mentality. We got a tough team coming in next week. We got to get ready to fight again at our place, and it'd be nice to get some wins at home.
Coach, where were you at when you got Jesse, King, and Richie back in the end zone and that ball's in the air?
Where was I at?
Yeah, well,
I was on the sideline way back.
I got that part.
I was really.
Where was it at?
Oh no, I was really comfortable with the process, knowing what was going on in the headsets. Us talking about what we're going to do and how we're going to box them out, how we're going to get those guys on the ground and make sure the proper jumper was jumping and all those type of things. And actually, I was looking at that big giant in the middle of the field, and Ott, as he was standing in the middle of the end zone, kind of got out the back of the end zone and was thrown out the back.
How's it feel getting some separation atop the division?
I'm kind of even kill, Ira. As you know, you've been around me a long time, man, for probably as long as anybody in this room. And I'm really even kill when it comes to those things. Stats are for losers, as we know those things. It's all gray matter when it comes to those things and separation of where you're at. But it's about where you want to go, right? We talked about the race to 10, and we learned those lessons. We learned those lessons the hard way, right? We got to go out there and we got to keep applying pressure and keep going. And that's got to be the mentality in Atlanta. I know he was able to be cleared to come back. It didn't make sense at that point in the game to put him back out there, so he was cleared to come back in, and coach's decision to leave him out the rest of that game.
You and Kirk butted heads in the preseason about him running, him scrambling. He said he wanted to prove to himself
He did.
He could do it in those situations. He had a big moment for you today. What are you thinking on the sideline as he's making his way down?
I'm throwing a pool party. I'm really excited. When you butt heads in the offseason, it's protecting our team, it's protecting our assets. It's protecting everything that we want to have for these moments, right? Once you get into the game and we clear guys to go out there and be healthy as they could possibly be, we are absolutely ecstatic for those guys to be able to move the chains the way they do. He looked like Patrick Mahomes out there, man. He was outstanding.
Yeah, Jesse Bates and just his leadership for this defense to start off with the punch out and have the interception later.
I say it all the time, he's the defensive player of the year, in my opinion, And I'm a little bit, cheating on that one because I watch him play every single day and every single week and how he studies and how he approaches the game. But for him to get another punch out, for him to get another interception, for him to continue to show up in the biggest moments, when you're not playing as well or how you want to play exactly on defense, man, he's unbelievable. He's a freak.
First game you
What did you say to Kyle after the goal line?
Again, I'm going to repeat a couple weeks ago, that's none of your business.
What do you see out of Kyle today in general then, since he had such a career day?
Energetic, playing the right way, other than the one almost lapse of his mind. But that's how you want Kyle to play. You want to play fast, you want to play physical. He's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger, and I got to give my coaches credit for finding ways to utilize him more and more every single week. The kid credit for finding ways to go out there and be as productive as he possibly can be, and I'm so proud of just that constant growth that we're doing. It's the growth mindset that we've been talking about all season.
Were you concerned that the defense would have a little bit of a letdown, Raheem, with Mayfield's targets being both injured?
No, that three-headed monster you guys got in the backfield is something to deal with, Ira. And they showed that today. They showed and proved whether they're catching the ball, whether they're running the football. They started off hot with the run. They were to get the ball to those guys some screen. They're electric. They're dynamic. They got the first round their receiver and McMillan. That always opens up things for those young guys when they get a chance to go out there and play. And we were able to get away with the win today. They put up a lot of yards. They're going to move the ball. Baker's a baller. Let's just call it what it is, right? He's going to go out there and find ways to do it. And he thrives in those moments when his guys are gone. That's just who he is. I mean, I met him on a Thursday. He came in and got a win for us in L.A., right? He walked in, met the guys, hey, how you doing, and went out there and won a game. That's outstanding. That's who he is.
Kadero made the play on the fake punt attempt.
Outstanding.
Is that you've seen his special teams contributions since you've been here. You put him on the line of scrimmage like that. Is that the kind of play you put him out there?
There's absolutely no doubt. We talked about it early in the week, the ownership and all of us. We talked about how we had to win this football game. And the games that we won, we made significant plays on special teams. It was a part of our what it takes this week, and that is definitely that type of play. That's a turnover, so to speak. We talked about the touchdown that we had early in the season that he had. We talked about the block punt or the muff punt, whatever it is. In all of those games, we make those type of plays, those significant plays. You get wins, and no different than today.
Have anything on him?
I don't. I got to figure it out on Rook. Bassity, what do you got, Bassity? I know you got something.
He was out.
He was out. Bassity's the knowledge of all. There you go.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Let's go home. Come on, man.
All right. Great to get a win any way we can on the road against a division opponent that I think is a really good football team. It took all three phases, people making plays, the turnovers by our defense, special teams, and then made some plays on offense. And if you're looking at where we got to be better, I think penalties hurt some drives. I think, and they have going back several games. You get those untimely penalties that make it hard to overcome. Certainly, the turnover backed up was not what we wanted, and so there's a lot to play to improve upon. But you love having those conversations on Monday after a win, and so we'll take it and we can build from here. But take any questions you have.
Kirk, what was working or what was available to you on those chunk touchdown plays in the first half of 49, 36, and 30?
Yeah, again, I know we moved the football to 2 games, but I do think Coach Bowles does some really good stuff. Like on the touchdown, he was doubling Drake and Mooney, and it was a pretty good scheme. Good look at how they were doing it. It was so they kind of drove the safeties over there and I got shut out basically. Didn't feel like I had anything over there, so I kind of worked back, and then Kyle was able to win against his defender, and then I just kind of put air on it and just said go run underneath it. And then what he does so well is once he catches it is his ability to pull away, which he then did on the second touchdown as well. His ability to pull away is pretty elite. And then the touchdown to Mooney is just a great route by him, getting a separation from the corner. And then just wanted to make sure we could layer it over the safety, which we were able to do. And when you have a pocket on the first touchdown to Kyle, being able to progress and get backside, having a pocket to do that, it makes such a difference for me. Happened again on the touchdown to Mooney, taking a 5-step drop from the gun, having time. And then the touchdown to Bijan, he's really my fifth option in the progression. Just having the time and the pocket to be able to tick across makes such a difference for me as a progression passer.
Was Mooney's some sort of double move or a post, straight post? Or?
Probably like a corner post, I would say. Mm-hmm.
We were talking to Jesse in the locker room. He made the comment that a speech that maybe you said to the team in the middle of the week really moved him. I was curious what that conversation was and what you were addressing to them.
Yeah, we had a team meeting on Friday, and I just asked Ra if I could address the team. I just had a thought coming out of the Seattle game, kind of where we are and where we have to go, and and today was the kind of the first step in the direction we're trying to go, and we'll keep building from here.
Kirk, why was it important that on Friday that
He told me I could talk to him on Friday. I reached out to him on Tuesday, and he said we'll give you the slot on Friday.
Why after that Seattle loss? Just one loss after a 3-game
Yeah,
season, so why?
because this league beats you up, and it tests you every day, and it just kicks you down, and you got to get back up. And sometimes I need to encourage myself. And when I was encouraging myself, I thought, you know what, maybe somebody else could use this too. So I thought to Ra, if someone else is feeling it like me, then maybe I could help them back up. And that was kind of the thought.
What was the message exactly?
Well, I'll kind of leave it to our football team. I would have invited you, Mark, if I really wanted you to hear it. But I was going to say maybe the next one I'll give Mark an invite. But, I just centered around, tough times don't last, tough people do. Stay in the course and trying to get some wins in before the bye.
It was week 8 last year when you scored.
That's exactly right. I'm glad you reminded me of that. I'm not joking. I went into this week and went out to practice, grateful to be practicing, and was reminded of that. But I'll let you finish.
And then before taking off for 13 yards.
Yeah.
Raheem said you look like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, let's not get carried away. I do think that as a player, I want to do more of that. I've always said to my coaches, I can do some of that. I don't do it enough. When you're a progression passer and you get to Kyle on the backside or you get to Bijan for the touchdown, you're like, do I really want to leave the pocket and take off and run, or do I want to get through progressions? And it's hard to be both. It's really hard. And thankfully in that moment, I just felt instinctively the C's parted. I felt like I should just take off. I got a little out of rhythm on my drop. And so, it was nice to do that. But if I could have my way, I'd probably do more of that than less. So hopefully we can fit that more into my game moving forward.
Speaking of footwork, I guess you guys saw us do a little bit of a dance when you got back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Explain this.
We're enjoying winning, and we had the music playing, and I was just going to soak in that for a minute and was kind of celebrating with the guys. Yeah.
Was it the swag surf?
It wasn't the swag surf. It was about going on the road and going into someone's trap and trying to take over their trap.
Kirk, how do you think the usage of play action today contributed to success?
Yeah, we kind of had a mixed bag. I think the second drive of the game, we had a big explosive to Mooney on a play action, but then we had the sack on a play action later. Little bit of a mixed bag, but it's always been a big part of my game over the years and something that I think we can do really well here. So we try to stay multiple in how we attack defenses, and one of those ways is through the play action.
Kirk, was there any part of you that needed to make that run to kind of prove to yourself that all the way back, or were you already there?
Not to prove to myself, no. In fact, I was kind of mad, again, going back to the style of play. I was mad that I hadn't done that yet because I wanted to. I was hoping that, first quarter of the first game we could do it to kind of put that to bed. But, like I said, it just is something that's hard to mix in when you're a progression passer to also be a runner. It's hard to be both. And so when the situation presents itself, you just want to be able to move quick and make a quick decision. And in that moment, that's what I did. And I was mad that he did get me. He kind of got me. I wasn't able to get the first down. I was hoping I could pull away. Ray told me to lift my knees up a little more, and maybe I could pull away.
What was the mindset this week of the team to make sure that Tampa Bay did not have control of the tie or the tiebreaker or anything?
We didn't get too caught up in the division with how much football there is left to play. We understand the importance of winning the South and facing a divisional opponent, but we didn't talk about scenarios. I think that's more for either the outside or Week 17, but right now, just trying to focus on playing our best football and seeing where that leads.
Did you say anything to Kyle after the play?
I just told him that, we got a lot of football left, and let's just stay the course and, keep your head up, and because we can talk about the fundamentals and different things on Monday. It was more about we need you for the next 3 quarters. We're going to come back to you. And I think that was the message. And then about 5 minutes later, Raheem walked by me and he said, I talked to him, so you don't have to. I said, all right. Well, I wasn't going to, but I hear you.
Do you remember off the top of your head in one season having games this good against one opponent?
I don't, to be honest. But as much as there was production, the next snap always feels very tension-filled because of the pressures that Coach Bowles can bring and what Winfield can do and what Cansey can do and what Levante David can do. There's just – you never felt safe. And I know the production was there, but it was but can we do it the next snap was kind of the thought all the way through those 2 games.
You said that Kyle had been bigger, stronger, faster since the beginning of the season. What does that represent to you?
Yeah, that's his game, right? Is being able to really run and pull away and use his length and size. And that was my message to him all through camp. Was if you play fast and play at your absolute ceiling with your speed, and then play big, that's where you're going to be the most dangerous. And so if I don't feel he's doing that, I just tell him those two things. Man, I need you to play fast, and I need you to play big. And certainly he showed that today on a couple of those runaways of what he's capable of.
Anything else?
All right, thank you. Y'all notice the 80?